This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I would like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Idali Stray, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alice, Cadence, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hallow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jacaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, and Zebra. If you would like to support the channel and get some pretty cool perks such as weekly exclusive audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. You've just been so amazing tonight. There's been so many magical things happening around us, and I don't know, I can't help but shake the feeling that right now is the time to tell you this. I've been feeling this way for such a long time about you, and it's finally time to let it out. My soul needs to be heard. My urges need to be heard. I need to speak from the heart, and I haven't been doing that with you. But I need to do it now. So I'm standing as just a man right in front of you, looking you in the eyes, ready to tell you exactly how I feel. And how I feel is that I love you more than anything. Hi. Oh, I thought you had work. I thought you were out at work. In fact, you told me you were out at work multiple times. That's so crazy that that's what you told me, and now this is what's happening. That's so quirky and different and interesting, and not what I was expecting or prepared my night around. Haha. What? No. Psh, me? I'm just talking to some people, just talking to some people, just on a call, we're making fun of how silly, people in rom-com sound sometimes, when they're giving their big speech, and it's like, it's like, oh, come on, people don't really talk like that, right? Come on. That's all I'm doing here, sitting in this chair in front of this microphone that you've never seen before with a random, user interface on the screen. It couldn't possibly be anything else. And the fact that you even think that is just ridiculous. Come on, get real. Get so for real right now. Get out of town or something. Well, at least get out of the room. So, just so I can finish up the conversation at least. Because if you don't let me finish up the conversation, then, they're not going to be too happy about it. The people in the conversation, I mean. None of that work, did it? Not a single thing. You know that I'm just straight up lying to you. Okay, all right, okay. Well, I guess I gotta look at it at the bright side. You were gonna eventually find out somehow anyways. So now I guess I get to take it in my own hands and tell you the situation, as opposed to you finding out in some other more embarrassing way, I guess. So, as you can see, I have this microphone that you've never seen before because I hide it in the desk whenever you come back, and this little recording module right here that, I also hide in the desk. And you see that I have my preferred recording software pulled up here, which is Adobe Audition. So, ever since we moved in together, I've constantly been looking for other sources of income. And it's not that I don't make enough to pay the rent and pay utilities and pay everything like that, but I don't know, I always look for other revenue streams in order to make it a little bit easier on us when the end of the month comes around, or the beginning of the next month comes around, whichever the landlord feels like is best on the day. So remember when I had that job at that Italian restaurant and I was working as like a host? Okay. Do you remember that one random party we went to in a basement? And I'm saying it like that because we're way too old for that now. One of the other hosts or hostesses, whatever you want to say, was the host. That's funny. Of that party. And her name was Sally. And Sally actually told me that I had a really nice voice. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And she said, have you ever considered doing like ASMR videos on YouTube? And I said, you mean the stuff where they like whisper into the microphone? In that case, no. And also, how would that how would me having a good voice for that actively translate, right? Confusing. And they said, no. They make these like boyfriend role plays. I was like, what is that? And so while you were destroying everyone at beer pong, she was showing me that. Yeah, she was. And so she said it's this thing where people just kind of pretend to be the listener's boyfriend and talk over the talk into a mic and set up like certain situations or certain situations that lead into romantic encounters. Doesn't necessarily have to be the boyfriend per se. You can be like their best friend who becomes their boyfriend, or like an ex that comes back to being a boyfriend, or like an enemy, and it's like rivals to lovers trope. It's these tropes that people talk about on the internet and stuff, right? Okay, I'm glad you're following, because I am so like completely discombobulated that I am having a hard time describing it properly. But I'm glad that you're here with me. So I decided, you know what? Why not make one and just see how it goes? Because I've always liked my voice ever since, being a theater kid and stuff like that. You need to have pretty good projection and enunciation and cadence when you're on stage. And I feel like those were factors that would transfer over well to this. And so on a random weekday evening, I just decided to make one when you weren't around. And I did. And because I am a film major, that I love editing, I made a soundscape behind it, and that was really fun. And I uploaded it expecting nothing to happen, and it did really well. And I got about 1,000 subscribers in a week. I know, right? That's crazy. And then I kept doing it, and I kept gaining subscribers and people watching. And now I'm making pretty solid stuff off of there. And I really enjoy doing it. Yeah, it's crazy. I've also fostered a really cool community of people, and I really enjoy providing a space for young women, and don't laugh at me because this is absolutely serious. I know that I'm switching tones here completely, but I really enjoy providing a space for young women to feel safe in indulging in feeling certain ways and living out romantic fantasies, because in the general population, those feelings and those actions are kind of scoffed at, as many feelings and actions are in the culture of young women, in the zeitgeist of what young women appreciate. So I don't know. I feel like, I'm not saying I'm doing something super great, but it is, I think it's a good thing. Shut up. No, I haven't at all. That's a line that I won't really cross, because I don't, people throw around the word parasocial relationships a lot, and I want them to know that I care about them, and I do show that I care about them in certain ways, I believe. But I don't want to, there have been so many, there's just an inherent power imbalance in it that I couldn't even bring myself to do that. Come on. Yeah, exactly. Strictly internet boyfriend. Strictly internet boyfriend. Gotta be honest with you, you are much more chill about this than I thought you would be. I fully, wholeheartedly expected for this to be something that I would not hear the end of till we parted ways in whatever way that comes across, That is true. If it involves us getting money to get the landlord off of our butts, then it's got to be something good, right? And I hope that all of the reasoning that I provided also maybe contributed to that a little bit, hopefully. What do I know, though? Oh yeah, that's sometimes I just call myself their internet boyfriend because I like to provide support in the way that a boyfriend would, and to hype them up, make them feel good about themselves, provide comfort, help them fall asleep, all that type of stuff. You know why that is the case, and that is the case because it is much easier to interact in that way with people over the internet than it is to actually go up and do that to someone in person. And if I said some of the stuff that I said in my audios in person to a person that I was romantically interested in, then I think I would get a restraining order filed against myself. No, I'm joking. If I led with some of the stuff that I lead with in the audios, then I definitely, would get kicked out of whatever function I'm at. But now I realize that makes it sound like I'm doing abhorrent, unspeakable things. No, it's just very forward, I guess. Not in that way, but just setting my intentions out very point. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You haven't really been saying much more than a sentence now for the past couple minutes or so, and I guess that just kind of gets me a little bit flustered. So, oh, yeah, are you sure you want to know that? Oh, because I don't know. It's one thing for you to know that I do this. It's another thing for you to know the name of my channel so you can actively go seek it out. That is a little bit scary to me, honestly. Because then you'll have complete access to every single audio that I've made, and I make a lot of them. why, in what way do you think that there would be any correlation to real life? Well, if you must know, I do have a couple of roommates to lovers audios. And if you must know, maybe I have taken inspiration from somewhere. But is that really of your concern? Is that really something that you're interested in knowing? Or is this just, more ammunition for the let's make fun of me? Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything at all. So if I were to tell you that there was a certain level of inspiration from real life, you would tell me that what? You would tell me that there's a reciprocity in that I'm not aware of, perhaps? Well, I didn't say that it didn't get me any level of, confidence. Role playing all of this stuff out has given me a little bit better charisma, I guess, or ability to do things that I wouldn't have done in the past, maybe. Well, things like this. And before I continue, I need to make sure that this isn't about to be the most embarrassing thing of my life. I am going to lean in and kiss you. Is that okay? Wow. So there was a feeling of reciprocity, I take it, because you don't kiss someone like that without at least a layer or a level of feeling the same way, right? Months? So I should have just gone for it, huh? Okay. Good to know. So I do need to finish this because I can't leave an audio unfinished. But after that, do you have, since you are here now, is this just like, was this a lunch break thing, or are you off for the rest of the day? Well, in that case, how about we find something to do? I know that you've been talking about wanting to go bowling recently, and I feel like that could be a fun first date. Or am I overstepping my boundaries and putting something into the air that is more than what this was? Yeah, I figured. I just wanted to make sure. So, all right. Okay. I am going to finish up, and if you want to, you can sit here and listen to how I make this confession. Yeah. No, so it is actually, ironically, since you came here, it is a roommate audio where the roommates become lovers, and they find out that they're interested in each other. So